Kini pesara menghadapi kekurangan simpanan untuk menampung kos saran hidup setelah bersara. Kajian menunjukkan hampir 70% menghabiskan kesemua simpanan mereka dalam tempoh 10 tahun selepas bersara. Bagi meningkatkan simpanan untuk hari tua, kerajaan mencadangkan supaya caruman majikan dinaikkan daripada 12% kepada 13% bagi pencarum yang menerima gaji bulanan RM5,000 dan ke bawah. Langkah ini akan memanfaatkan seramai 5.3 juta pencarum KWSP.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, from iHR Consulting. Our Prime Minister made this announcement in Parliament late last year with regards to the changes in the EPF contribution for the employers' portion. The Prime Minister's announcement was employees earning ringgit 5,000 and below, the employer portion of the EPF contribution has been increased from the current 12% to 13%. After the Prime Minister made this announcement, we received hundreds of inquiries from our clients and members seeking clarification in terms of implication, impact and computation. We actually provide our clients better clarification. What we did was we actually went to the Institute of KWSP and their legal department to seek clarification on all the issues highlighted by our clients and members. We prepared this short video presentation to share with you the feedback from the Institute of KWSP and their legal department. Let's start with, ladies and gentlemen, how does this impact or affect your organization? Firstly, just to mention again, the changes in the EPF contribution rate takes effect January 2012. That means this month. Your calculation this month, all these changes has to be reflected in your salary calculations. Okay. The Prime Minister announced two changes. Okay. Firstly, for employees below the age of 55 earning 5,000 ringgit and below, the employer portion of the EPF contribution has been increased by 1%, making it from the current 12% to 13%. The second changes is for employees who are above 55 years old up to 76 years old earning 5,000 ringgit and below, the EPF contribution has been increased by 0.5%, making it from the current 6% to 6.5%. Okay, what is subjected to EPF reduction? Well, ladies and gentlemen, as per Section 2 of the EPF Act, all the remuneration, including salaries, bonus, incentive, fixed allowance, are considered as wages. These are all subject to EPF deductions. Next, ladies and gentlemen, let's look at a situation where the employer currently is already contributing above the statutory rate in terms of EPF contribution. For example, if the contract of service clearly states that the employer part of the EPF contribution is 15.5%, then, ladies and gentlemen, please, this rate applies because this is above the statutory rate, even with the new rate. Okay. Second scenario, if the contract of service clearly states that the employer portion of the EPF contribution shall be 3% more than the statutory rate, then, ladies and gentlemen, this is how you calculate. For example, if currently, with the current rate is 12%, right, and you plus the 3%, you get 15%. Well, the new contribution rate will be 13 plus 3%, making it 16%. Next, ladies and gentlemen, let's look at a situation where a new employee joins a company. Okay? His base salary is 7,000 ringgit, but he starts work with you on the 15th of January. Okay? When you prorate your salary, it becomes around 3,613 ringgit. Now, what is the EPF contribution from the employer? Is it 12% or 13%? It is 13%, because the salary is below the $5,000 bracket. But then, for the subsequent months, where the employee is earning his full 7,000 ringgit base salary, then the EPF contribution on the employer portion shall be 12%. Moving on, ladies and gentlemen. Next example we look at. In a case where an employee is earning base wages or salary plus a fixed allowance. For example, if the employee is earning a 4,000 ringgit base salary and he receives an incentive of 1,500 ringgit, making his gross total salary 5,500 ringgit. What is the employer contribution rate here, ladies and gentlemen? Is it 12 or 13? it's 12% because fixed allowance are subject to EPF deductions. So this is based on the total gross, it is 12%. But for example, if the gross salary is inclusive of base salary and incentive which is lower than the 5,000 ringgit, then ladies and gentlemen, it will be 13%. Moving on, ladies and gentlemen, let's look at another example where the employee's wages include basic salary inclusive of commission or incentive. For example, if the employee receives a base salary of 4,000 ringgit and receives an incentive or commission of 1,500 ringgit a month, making his total gross, once again, 5,500 ringgit. So what is the employer portion of the contribution, ladies and gentlemen? 12 or 13% in this situation? It is 12%, ladies and gentlemen, because the total gross of 5,500 is above the 5,000 bracket. And also, commissions and incentives are deductible, EPF deductible. Another example, ladies and gentlemen, where an employee's salary is inclusive of base salary and bonus. Okay, at the end of the year or the beginning of the year, normally we give our employees bonus. For example, if the employee's salary is 4,000 ringgit, the base salary, and he gets a bonus of 4,000 ringgit, making his gross total income 8,000 ringgit. So, ladies and gentlemen, what is the employer contribution rate here? Is it 12 or 13%? It is 13% because the employee's base salary is below the 5,000 ringgit bracket and bonus are exempted from EPF deduction. Now, for example, ladies and gentlemen, kindly take note this. The total EPF contribution of 13% is based on the total gross salary, meaning 8,000 ringgit. The next example or situation I'd like to share with you, ladies and gentlemen, is this. In a situation where the employee's salary is inclusive of base wages, overtime, and bonus for that particular month. Okay, so how is this going to be computed? Okay. For example, if the employee's salary is 4,000 ringgit, he takes back an overtime of 1,500 ringgit and gets a bonus of 4,000 ringgit. Okay, making his gross total income 9,500 ringgit. Okay, now, ladies and gentlemen, what is the contribution rate from the employer? 12 or 13%? It's 13% because the base salary, ladies and gentlemen, is below the 5,000 ringgit bracket. And as I mentioned earlier, EPF, when it comes to EPF deductions, overtime is not subjected to EPF deduction and bonus is exempted from EPF deduction. Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of our presentation. I would like to just summarize the key learning points that what we shared today. Number one, the changes in the EPF contribution for the employer portion takes effect January 2012 this year. Second, for employees who are 55 years old and below, earning RM 5,000 ringgit and below, the employer portion of the EPF contribution is 13%. For employees who are above 55 years old, earning RM 5,000 ringgit and below, the employer contribution for the EPF shall be 6.5%. Next, ladies and gentlemen, when employees' gross total salary, which is including base salary, incentive, fixed allowance or commission, if exceeds 5,000 ringgit, then the employer contribution shall be 12%. When an employee's gross total salary, which includes base salary, incentive, fixed allowance and commissions, are below 5,000 ringgit, then, ladies and gentlemen, the employer portion of the EPF contribution shall be 13%. Secondly, what is defined as wages under EPF Act? All remuneration in terms of money, meaning wages or basic salary, incentive, fixed allowance, commissions. This is under the Act, this is defined as total wages. With that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. For more information about iHR, please log on to www.ihrnet.com or call us at 0322873500. Thank you.